There's some holes in your ship, but you're still sailing. You haven't sank yet. And while most things appear to be running smoothly in your life on the surface, subtly underneath there's some corrosion. But you're still trying to doggy paddle like it's all okay. I'm fine. This job is fine. This relationship is fine. It's all okay. The holes may not have sank your ship yet, but they're certainly getting bigger as the summer goes on. You, the other person, or the organization may try to cover up the gaps with extra flair and extra effort, with a kind of the show must go on type of attitude, as if overcompensating with enthusiasm will conceal the fact that there's some problems happening underneath. A few punches might get thrown in July, but you're still showing face, like, I didn't just get hit with a curveball, I'm totally fine and everything's going great. So there might be some fresh bruises, but also even some old wounds that are resurfacing from previous situations you thought you could get out of unscathed, especially if those situations are linked to the timeframes of July and December 2023. Keep an eye out for someone who may act jealous, petty, or even outright deceitful about a relationship or financial matters. On the upside, this month inspires your creativity, developing new projects and ideas, your festivity around building social circles and romances, possibly multiple, and even some quick trips to go check out these multiple people or project interests that you're curious about pursuing. Plus, you're in the mood for summer fun, so festivity, glamour, romance, parties, and a good time will certainly find you. Hi, friends, and welcome to July 2024. This is the Futurecast, and I'm your host and cosmic coach, Maurielle Laurenne. In this episode, we'll discuss the geocosmic energy patterns affecting your life, relationships, business, and the globe. But first, a quick update from the home front. Join me on July 19th through 21st at a private ranch in Austin, Texas for an erotic embodiment sensual feminine retreat. Yes, this invitation is exclusively for my ladies only, but men stay tuned because if you're interested in the topic, I might put together a co-ed retreat later this year. In this sensual feminine retreat, we'll be working on activating our erotic, creative, sensual energy so that we can be better manifestors in life and improve our relationships. Some of the fun topics will include erotic archetypes based on the 10 human emotions, sexstrology, meaning the chemistry and connection signs in astrology and how to work that in your relationships, sensual dance, which is going to be a combination of striptease, yoga, catwalking, and belly dance, and also body art, yoga, breath work, an Egyptian blue lotus tea ceremony, and of course a special fire circle underneath the full moon. So I hope you ladies can join us on the 19th through 21st in Austin, Texas. And gents, if you're interested in this too, let me know and I'll see what I can throw together for you guys later this year. All right, friends, let's dive into the geocosmic energy patterns of July 2024. I'm ready if you are, so let's begin. In the words of the Great Gatsby, a little party never hurt nobody. And that's exactly the tone of July 2024. The urge to create, express, shine, and enjoy, and as Ricky Martin once put it, live a little La Vida Loca, is upon us as vacation summer season abounds. You'll be inspired to get your creative juices flowing with new project ideas, entrepreneurial endeavors, some artistic hobbies, and even feeling a little more romantic than usual. So not exclusively perhaps with one person. But just like the party scene from The Great Gatsby, what's really going on underneath this huge spectacle? For some people, the urge to create and express and shine will come from a genuine place within that wants to find its place out in the manifest world. But for others, the spectacle might be more of a distraction, an entertainment to look away from things that might feel more difficult, or could just be an ego indulgence, and in some cases might just be an overcompensation when more substantial things are lacking underneath. Use discernment to determine the difference between enjoyment versus distraction, connection versus attention, creativity versus vanity, and heart versus ego. Enjoy the party, but don't get lost in the spectacle. The lesson is to put yourself and your work out there in a way that feels genuine. In a world of illusionists, fakers, and self-aggrandizing ego strokers defined as influencers, it's important to remain the real deal. You don't have to put on a spectacle when you're genuinely sharing from the heart. July 1st through 25th invites you to think and speak with more creativity and flair. Taste the palette of life's offering, the juicy kaleidoscope of consciousness that is incredibly vibrant if we really live life in full color. This is not the time to be thinking in black and white. So notice where your perception has been flat, drab, or boring, and see this as an invitation to look at the lens of life with greater wonder, enthusiasm, playfulness, and curiosity. Drama of the best kind in how you choose to see and experience your everyday reality. It's an opportunity to think, walk, talk, and move like a true artisan of your reality. To step into more kaleidoscopic consciousness, you may need to deconstruct blockages you're holding around creativity and pleasure. What are the so-called practicalities that become self-fulfilling prophecies that prevent you from having fun? What are you doing it all for anyways? Does it make you happy? And are you really enjoying yourself? July gets you started on thinking more imaginatively and living more playfully, though it takes you all the way until December to fully embody the creative process. A new beginning to shine more brightly arrives on July 5th at the Cancer new moon aligned to the star Sirius. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky, and its name means the scorching one. In fact, it's so bright that some people even call it the second sun of our galaxy. Sirius is associated with acclaim, honor, award, success, and passion, all hallmarks of great creatorship. It's filled with immense potency, and it tends to magnify everything that it touches. So it helps people shine more brightly, but with a warning on ego inflation. So be careful to avoid the temptation of inflation. But positively used, this Cancer new moon aligned to Sirius should help highlight your unique place in the world, illuminate the next steps on your path. You may intuitively sense that preparing for this next life chapter is going to require a change of spaces, a family shift, or an uprooting from familiarity. Something from your past needs to be adjusted to free up your future. You might sort through your belongings, organize your space, or even give some things away. As the professional organizer Marie Kondo teaches us, if it doesn't bring you joy anymore, then let it go. Objects do hold energy, so one of the best ways to move stuck energy is to get rid of things. Some of you might actually be considering a relocation or a move. Other people, there might be a talk with family members or housemates about what the future of the domestic dynamic needs to look like. Now, from a ritualistic perspective, this new moon would be an excellent time to build a home altar to honor your intention. P.S. Definitely remember to include asking the ancestors for help on this one. You might also consider a space clearing or a space blessing, planting a garden to show your ability to plant new life, or even doing some protective warding around your sacred space. Whatever you choose something to fluff the foundation of your future. July 11th through August 4th, Venus flips into Leo, which sparks your creative expression and expands your awareness of possibilities once you place a higher value on enjoyment, affection, and generosity. It's time to think like a king or queen who has plenty to share, enjoys giving and receiving, leads others with integrity, knows how to have a good time, and enjoys all aspects of their kingdom, big and small. In business this month, you'll find that there's a plethora of new project ideas or entrepreneurial concepts that are emerging. You might also update your brand image or presentation style with a little bit of extra flair. And you'll find that entertaining clients is a wonderful way to create an authentic human connection. Plus, The more enthusiastically or dramatically you sell your product in July, the more successful you'll be. Romantically, roll out the red carpet in July. Make your lover feel like a star who receives the rose on The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Classic courtship never goes out of style, and a little bit of chivalry can lubricate even the tightest of locks. You'll be most attracted to the person who appears to adore you the most during the month of July. However, amid the flare of July, it's important to discern the difference between illusion and authenticity. Otherwise, you'll get lost in the spectacle. So how can you tell the difference between connection versus attention, affection versus love bombing, generosity versus desperation, glamour versus vanity, and heart versus ego? July 15th through 17th heralds the pre-Mercury Retrograde shadow period, accompanied by a slightly uncomfortable alignment between Mars and Uranus. On the surface of your life, things might look like smooth sailing, but somewhere underneath, there's a few holes in your ship that are gently starting to corrode. Now, some of you might know what those underlying discomforts are, and if you don't, somewhere between mid-July and August, you're surely going to find out. So notice where it's requiring extra effort or extra enthusiasm to compensate for something that's not working or where you're just really not feeling the energy anymore. July is giving you a preview to the people and situations that are going to get retrograded in August. The mid-July date also could have a surprise or an uncomfortable occurrence that kind of kicks the pre-Mercury retrograde shadow period into gear with a bit of gusto. So watch out for accidents or emotional outbursts or unpredictable behavior during the 5th, 16th, and 17th. But on a positive note, it could also maybe be the kick in the right direction of a wake-up call or an intervention that you or another person has needed. July 20th through 21st brings the energy of juggling into the summer theme. So you might be juggling multiple lovers or multiple projects, all of which is fine as long as you eventually juggle everything to completion or a result. Otherwise, you might end up at the end of the summer with a whole string of half-baked efforts or half-broken hearts. Multitasking can easily just devolve into frenetic action and random busyness and the temptation to easily get distracted by a squirrel. When active Mars moves into multidimensional Gemini for the next 1.5 months, positively used, it can make you more openly dialogue about your multiple interests and desires, such as, hey, let's talk about it, or let's hash it out. You'll be more inclined to negotiate some of your personal agreements and boundaries, and even maybe some of your business documents in order to strike a deal and get what you want. You might even make a few quick trips during July, August, and September to go visit these multiple love interests or multiple project interests to go scope it out. Now, negatively used, this energy sometimes can end up feeling chaotic if you end up kind of with monkey mind, or if the person you're associating with acts like a monkey. Additionally, the Capricorn full moon amplifies this explosion of busyness. Your hope that one of the many project and business opportunities you're entertaining is going to lead to success, and your inclination to pick the lover that appears to be the most ambitious, high achiever, or resource stable. By the way, themes which began in mid-June around the summer solstice may reach a progress point at the Capricorn full moon in July. The month finishes out when Mercury transitions into Virgo from July 25th to September, where it will remain for 2 months due to the summer retrograde. So pay careful attention now to the people, themes, and feelings coming up, because those are the things that are going to get retrograded next month during August. Also, it might sting a little bit because simultaneously the Chiron retrograde is beginning. Chiron symbolizes the wounded healer, the parts of us that need some mending, but also can provide that medicine to the world once we figured out how to resolve it. The wounds coming up could be linked to some old karma from summer 2023, especially injuries from July and December 2023 that you thought you'd walked away from unscathed, but still have a few details that require some mending for your growth and the growth of others. All right, friends, now that you know the geocosmic energy patterns for the month ahead, it's time for you to determine your destiny. If this video was helpful, click the like button, drop a comment below, or subscribe to our newsletter at www.livesymbolik.com. I'd love to see you in my office or online for a one-on-one consultation to talk about how these patterns are affecting your relationships, purpose, business, and people around you. All right, friends, thanks for joining me here on the Futurecast, and until next time, when our stars align.